Why do we trade? There's so many emotions that go through it. Why do we put ourselves through it? It's easy. The possibilities that are at the end of the road. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve when you get funded? What are you going to do with the money when you get funded? Those are the questions you should be asking yourself. If it was simple, then everybody would do it. But I'm me. I'm not them. If you watched the other previous two videos of the FTMO challenge, right now I'm kind of doing like an FTMO challenge vlog. But right now on the account from last video, we are still up balance wise $202,222. So that's about $2,000 profit so far on the count. So right now we do have a trade running on USD SEK, which is, of course, if you are familiar with the pairs, it is a exotic. Right now we are running equity wise at $203,000 and $700. That is the trade that I took. You know, if you watched the last FTMO video, you would know that this is the entry that I was looking for on this pair. And yeah, so let's just dive into the chart so that I can show you like exactly how I took the trade and how I got into multiple positions when I entered this trade. I was in some drawdown. I think the max drawdown I'm seeing right now was like, I would say 2,000 or 3,000, because I am risking the $2,000 profit that I had made, because it's already profit made. So I was like, you know what, I want to be a little bit aggressive, maybe starting out, but only with being aggressive with the profit that I made. So I did risk the 2,000 I put up and then another 2,000. So I had about 4 point something that I was risking altogether. But really in my mind, it's only risking about 2,000 something, close to 3,000, which is not too bad on a 200K account that you're trying to get funded on. But yeah, if you are also new to this video, I am already a funded trader. I have a 100K account with FTMO. Right now, they are not letting new US people onto the platform, but I think that will maybe change as they try to get regulatory with the US standards. But right now, they're not taking any more US clients. But if you have an account open with them, or you have a challenge open with them at the moment before they made that change, you are like grandfathered in for now. But I feel like FTMO is one of those companies that will find some type of way to be regulatory to the standards that they want these prop firms to be. But FTMO is not the only platform you can use. There's other ones out there that are still available to US clients, all pretty much the same standards, just different companies, but make sure they're reputable. But yeah, anyway, let's dive into the chart so that I can show you why I took this trade. Okay guys, so here's the setup on USD SEK, which is the US dollar versus the Swedish krona. Again, people, this is counted as an exotic pair, but I've never had any troubles trading it. The spreads aren't so bad. If you're on the higher time frames, if you're on the lower time frames, sometimes you can see the volatility kind of kick in sometimes with the spread. But I would just trade exotic pairs on the higher time frames per se. But again, I don't really trade too many exotic pairs besides this one. So do that. So if you do any other exotic pair, so if you trade any other exotic pair, do it at your own risk. On the right now, I'm up 1,600 on this trade. So basically, this is what I've seen. Very simple. We got a left shoulder, right shoulder, and then a head right here. And this would be counted as an inverted head and shoulders pattern. And then we had liquidity get taken out right here.
And then we had the reversal at a typically 0.0000000 level, um, which was another confluence. And then we had gaps above here and some gaps up there, which I was like, okay, this looks like a very, very, very good trade to take on the account. Um, so I did. So if you watched the last video, I did. So if you watched the last video, I am up $2,000 equity on the account. So in this trade, I am risking some of the $2,000 with an extra 2,000 or 2,500 to possibly, if these all hit TP at the 618 level on my Fibonacci, then I will be up about, I think, $18,000 and we'll only have like $2,000 to go. But my first TP is here at the first gap, and then I'll reassess the situation. Like I said, I don't have to catch this whole entire move, and I'm fine with not catching the whole entire move as long as I catch it to right here, which would be good. But this is a swing trade, and I did get in here, and as you see, I'm on the 4-hour time frame. I was in drawdown all throughout here, major drawdown, and then I was like, you know what? We have an aggressive buying right here, which is a demand zone. Came back to the demand, and so I decided to enter and kind of scale in with more positions. Well, I like scaled in once it kind of gave me a better discount on the trade, um, to try to maximize my profit up here. Um, that comes with, if you're a beginner, don't do that in the beginning, because it takes some practice knowing when to add positions, the right time. But here was perfect. And then I knew we also had CPI, which this is today. So today is February 13th, and CPI came out this morning. And so I was like, okay, CPI, in one of my experiences, has only helped me. So I know that CPI should, with my analysis, if my analysis is correct, could push up so that we could come take out these gaps, or in other words, some people call them fair value gaps, but I just call it short gaps. But yeah, this is the trade that I am taking. Well, that I am in and have already taken, and I'm currently in the trade running in some profit. So we are just going to keep holding. I don't know when the trade will hit, but this is a swing trade. I've been in this trade for a while now. But hopefully we can continue to see some bullish movement to the upside.
He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point...
What is up, y'all? It is February 15th on a Thursday at 4:25 p.m. Obviously, tomorrow is the last day that the market is open. Just to update you guys now, we are now up on the account $204,000, which puts us being up 2% on the account. So we got 8% more to go. Close out a little prematurely, or I decided to close out of USD SEK a little early because, yeah, the exotic pair was exoticing, and it was being volatile, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that. It was spiking, doing like all kinds of stuff within that area, and I was just like, yeah. Plus the spread, I was just like, this is an FTMO account. I don't know how wide the spread could possibly get. So I decided to close out of that trade. But there are some other trades that I probably will be looking at for next week or as they progress. Up on the account, $204,000, which puts the account up 2%, which is really good. When you think about when I started, I think I started sometime last month. Or some people gonna be like, oh, that's all. But this is why people blow accounts, because they're trying to get so much a percentage in a month. 10% in a month is not ideal. You're like, if you're trying to catch 10% in the market every month, I mean, you're gonna be probably putting a lot of stress on your account. But doing 2% in a month is, that's standard, really. When you look at the people who trade millions and millions of dollars in accounts, they're not getting 10% gains in a month sometimes. I mean, majority of the times, really, when you think about it. But 2% gain within almost about a month of trading the account is pretty good. And keep in mind, I don't trade every day. I'm more been swing trading a little bit on these trades, or a little bit of intraday, and so I don't take trades every single day. We got to get to $220,000 on the 200K FTMO account, and right now we're at 204,000, up 2%, which is pretty good for when we started. So all I'm gonna keep doing is taking high quality setups and not rushing anything. The key thing, if you're taking an FTMO account, is to not rush anything. When you rush, you are going to take bad trades. You are going to over leverage. If in a month, if you think you should be past phase one, then I feel like you're kind of doing yourself a disservice, because you're going to be trying to rush to do it. And I've been in that position before, and this time I'm not like doing that. That's how I passed my other FTMO challenge that I got last year, is because I did not rush it. I was like, whenever I finish it. I finished that one pretty quickly, but the market was moving really pretty good, and I think I was only trading Euro USD to pass phase one and phase two. But now I'm able to trade more, because I've obviously got more experience now and am comfortable with trading other instruments. So that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, this is part 3 of this is part 3 of the FTMO challenge. See you guys in part 4. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully if you're watching this video that you enjoy the journey of me showing you how to pass an FTMO account.